Just a random impromptu video reading this morning from a Kingstone Comics version. And I know that sounds really strange, but a week or two ago, serving on a Residents Encounter Christ weekend at one of our local prisons, I noticed that our chaplain had in her office a 3-volume set of the Bible in comic form published by an outfit called Kingstone Comics. And I had been following this company for a good while after we've had the Action Bible that you can get at Walmart for years. We bought one for JR, and we've bought several at the church, especially since we started having Awana. And it's great, and I recommend it wholeheartedly to reach people with the gospel. But the Kingstone takes it even into further detail, and the one that I'm looking at today is actually about the martyrs, voices of the martyrs. And I'm reading a section on Simon Peter right now and how he served Jesus and how he met his end. And the whole point of making this video is not to have a commercial for Kingstone Comics or the Action Bible or anything like that, but just to make the gospel accessible. A lot of this reading that I've been doing this week in this book has reminded me so much of The Chosen and the reasons that we like that series so much. I know it's not for everybody, because some folks would prefer just to simply read the Bible off the page, and more power to you in that regard, because that is the source, that is the only text worthy of the same kind of study that we need to do in churches. But if you can reach someone in your family, in your midst, in your workplace, in your school, in your church, with something as accessible as a comic book or The Chosen or any other kind of Christian play or music or movie that you know is solid in Scripture, then do it. We so often make the gospel inaccessible in a way that people can't reach it, they can't understand it. Was just listening to another video from the Basics conference I attended earlier this month in Cleveland through Alistair Begg's ministry, Truth for Life. And they were talking about a ministry called the Gospel 1-to-1, where you essentially take the Gospel of John and share it with someone that doesn't know anything about church life or the Bible. They're unchurched, they're maybe curious, maybe not. We need to make the gospel accessible, and that's what I'm trying to implore you right now. Just inviting someone to church, that doesn't mean that they're going to hear what they need to hear from God. They might that day. They might also be very, very tense and nervous and overwhelmed by being in a place where they don't know anybody and where people are acting in a way they're not used to. And also they could have some church hurt from in the past, or a lot of built-up stereotypes and prejudices about church life that just completely turn them off. Work on relationships, work on finding ways like this that can make the gospel accessible to others. So just a thought for today on a random Wednesday morning, reading a comic book in the backyard in the mean streets of Newcastle. We're going to be at church tonight. We're going to show a movie. This is one called The Hill, and it's a Christian movie that has a baseball focus. And if you're doing nothing else tonight and would like to be around some good folks in our church family at Drennan, we're going to have a fellowship meal at 6 o'clock. And as soon as everybody builds their plates, and I mean build because we eat hard, we'll start the movie around 6:15. So anybody's invited, and come on and be with us tonight at 6:15 for the movie, 6 o'clock for the meal. And in the meantime, pray about being approachable and helping people access the gospel of Jesus Christ.